There's just something about Boba Fett. He just stands alone. You've got the rebels on one side, you've got the Empire on the other, and then in the middle you've got Boba Fett, who's just this mystical, mythical character. And for some reason, both sides love him, and he just kind of has this kind of mystique about him that has gone on from the very beginning, that he's always been this very cool character that stands apart from everybody else. So when Adidas come along, they're doing a collaboration with the Star Wars line, and Boba Fett in particular, I'm definitely having a look at that shoe and finding out as much as I can about it, and I'm glad I did, because this is an absolutely cracking collaboration with the Star Wars line. This right here is the Ultra Boost X-Wing, a great looking shoe from, I think it was last year, right about this time last year they dropped that shoe. I thought it was very, very cool, and I like the X-Wing tie-up. But there have also been recent shoes, the Lando Calrissian NMD R1 version 2, and another just sort of very cool tie-ups between Star Wars and Adidas. But this takes it to the next level. This is like Boba Fett, mystical, mythical character coming out in a great looking shoe that really, really symbolizes the character himself and what his look is and what his story is. So it's great to be able to take a look at that today, and I'll be walking you through all the great details, the amazing details, the phenomenal details on this shoe, and taking that close-up look at the upcoming release of the Adidas Top 10 High Boba Fett. This is the Tokyo about the 23 Secret Channel, Tokyo about the 23 Secret Channel des.毎日アップするので毎日見てください. And every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And today what we're looking at is the potential release on September the 24th of the Adidas Top 10 High Boba Fett. Now we're sure that this thing is dropping in Europe on the 24th of September. Don't know about the rest of the world at the time of shooting this video, but maybe since then the drop dates come out and you can let us all know in the comments down below. But that's the plan. September the 24th, we get to take a great look at one of the best Star Wars tie-ups I've seen so far. Really, this is a very cool shoe, especially because it matches the character. It's a great shoe on its own, but then the actual sort of character elements that they've brought forward into the shoe totally work. And that's why we have to look at a Jordan 6. What? Yes, this. Right there, that's an Air Jordan 6 Cactus Jack, one of the very coolest collaborations of the last 18, 24 months. Anything between Cactus Jack and the Jordan line, or the Nike line in general, because he's done other things like Dunks as well, has been very cool. But this for me is the number one. Now, it came in a yellow variant that's much rarer, but I actually prefer this green one, and it's awful similar in many ways to today's shoe. It's a high, it's very kind of long and thin, it's very green, and then the big detail is up there on the ankle, that extra little pocket that you've got built into the shoe. Now in the case of these guys here, these Jordan 6s, I'm pretty sure that that pocket on there is not removable. But if we flip back to today's shoe, we look at that long, thin, green basketball shoe, very high around the ankle, and then on that ankle you've got that extra little hit. One of the main details on this is that sort of utility belt feel to the side of the shoe, but that is removable, which is a good thing because it's a pretty chunky thing. Those Air Jordan 6s back to then, you can see how that that utility pouch on the side would sort of just blend in with the rest of the shoe, and you could wear jeans over the top of it, for example, or track pants or something like that. Of course, shorts and stuff would work too, but it wouldn't interfere with wearing that shoe and the clothes that you're wearing with it. Whereas these guys, if you've got that huge utility belt chunk on the side, it's going to interfere with whatever you're wearing above that. So it's removable, which is a good thing if you ask me. But still, it's a very cool feature, especially in that sort of brown feel, which takes it away from the green of the rest of the shoe, and also with that Adidas branding on the side. So it's a great feature, one of the many features on this shoe. And it would be easy to look at this and say that's the only feature, that's the major feature. But there's a lot more, and we're going to go through all of that right now. Let's start big now. I usually start big and work my way small to the smaller details, but today we're not just starting big, we're starting bigger than big. So I'm not just starting with the shoe, I'm starting with the box. And here's the box right here. You might be thinking, okay, yeah, it's cool, but it's just a box. But the thing is, it's actually designed to look like one of those character boxes that you would, little action figures, and you'd be able to see into the box and see the Boba Fett sort of standing there. And that's what it's designed to look like. Instead of having a character on the inside, it's got the shoe on the inside. So I think it's a really cool start. They're really committing to this Star Wars sort of Boba Fett tie-up. So that's a big thing there. And also, I'll be zooming in on it right now that you can see Boba and Fett written there just below the box. And what that is it's the Dubrays, the little tags that come at the bottom of the lacing system, which you see very regularly on Nike Air Force Ones. That they're replaceable, and in case the replaceable ones, the second version is Boba Fett. But what it actually says, and somehow I'll be showing you, I think I have a better picture than the picture with the box that I'll be zooming in on it, that the Dubrays actually say Star and Wars in a very nice sort of shiny bling bling metal effect, whereas back to those the additional ones that sit back to the green sort of earth tones effect with the Boba Fett. So that's very cool as well. Though Star Wars or Boba Fett would have been cool, but the fact you get both is an added bonus. And then back to, let's have a look at the lateral side of this thing. I specifically just want to have a look at the colour, very green but with hits of red on there. And what we're talking about is Boba Fett's armour is green, and then around the sort of eye, mouth kind of area on the helmet is a red sort of outline. So if you're looking at the shoe right here, you can see that green feel to it with the hits of red, which definitely reflects the armour that Boba Fett wears. But he's a kind of beat up rogue of a character. He's not clean and shiny like a stormtrooper, you know. He's and he's not, he's, because it's the armour, you know, it's metal instead of the kind of Jedi Knight kind of cloak feel. So he stands alone, but he's worn. He's weather beaten, and I'll zoom in somewhere on the shoe and you'll be able to see that they've actually deliberately weathered the upper on this shoe so that it's got that effect that matches the armour of Boba Fett, which is again a very cool feature and really sort of sells that Star Wars tie-up to the character. So it's going really well so far, nothing really bothering me in any way, shape or form. But then we zoom in on the tongues and that doesn't bother me either because they're very cool as well. And now I'm not sure what the left shoe's tongue looks like. I know the right shoe's tongue looks like this, and what you're looking at there is Boba Fett's head, and then underneath that B-O-B-A, Boba, to you know, it's his name. But I'm not sure if the other shoe, the left shoe as you wear it, wearer's left, says Fett on it, or if they both say Boba. I've got a feeling they both just say Boba, and instead of saying Boba and Fett. So down on those Dubrays it would be Boba on one and Fett on the other, but I think up on the tongues it's just Boba and Boba on there. And then if we come around, I think it's to the medial side. I think, now this is a place where you get to tell me in the comments down below, and I do love it when people tell me stuff in the comments down below, because part of having this channel was for me to learn as well, so teach me. But on the medial side, you've got this insignia here, which has a hint of baseball / basketball about it, but I'm not all that sure what it is. I couldn't find out much information about it, and I think it's to do with the traditions of the shoe being rooted in basketball, but I'm not entirely sure. But if you know what that logo is and what it represents, definitely let me know in the comments down below. This logo, on the other hand, on the back of these guys, definitely represents Boba Fett. It's his insignia, it's his logo, it's his brand. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's the Boba Fett sort of you know, symbol that's right on the back of these guys, right on the heel there, which again is just a very cool addition to the shoe. Now what I don't have is, I don't have a look at the insoles, but apparently the insoles have a bit more action going on them as well. And the other thing I don't have is that on the inside there's apparently a quote from Boba Fett which I think says something like, you can run but you'll just die tired, which is a great quote, and somewhere on the shoe that it quotes him in that way. So as a shoe, I mean, just as a sort of dedication to the character, they've nailed it. This shoe is absolutely perfect. It might not be your favourite silhouette, it might not be your favourite colourway, but as an actual tribute to the character of Boba Fett, it hits all of the marks and then some. So for me, even though it's maybe not the kind of shoe that I would rock, I still would rock it because of its story and because of the tie-ups to the character and the tie-ups to Star Wars. So it's a very big yes for me, and I know some people out there are kind of going to be ambivalent to it, but I think if you actually think about the story and the points on the shoe that match the character of Boba Fett, it turns out to be a very cool sneaker. Okay, enough from me today. Thank you guys for checking out the content. Truly do appreciate it. Late at night here on Thursday night. I'm not going to edit this video tonight. I'm going to just get straight to bed right now. We'll edit this tomorrow when I get home from work. So thank you guys for checking out the content. I do truly appreciate it. And at the end of every video, I say the same thing, which is I do this every single day. And that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.